Hi, I'm Katie DePaola. I'm the CEO of Inner Glow Circle.
Hi, I'm Liv Chapman, COO and Director of Training at Inner Glow Circle.
IGC's coach training program is ICF accredited. We made a big decision early on to go through the process of getting ourselves credentialed because it's so important.
We believe that having a credential holds you to a much higher standard in an industry that's growing faster and faster every day.
So especially if you ever want to do corporate coaching, if you want to make sure that your credentials are legit, as we would say, then you want to make sure you go through a program that's ICF accredited, and we are.
Yeah, and we have been making credentialing cool since 2015. Does that sound not legit?
That's true.
A lot of people ask us about working with a one-on-one coach versus going through a training program. And the best thing is that joining our training program, you actually do get both. When you work with a one-on-one coach, you are receiving a lot of personal support, whereas when you go through training, you're actually learning how to support someone else, which is slightly different. And the real value in IGC is that you do get both the training, the credential, and support from a one-on-one coach.
With Liv's teaching background, we wanted to make sure that we appealed to different learning styles. And one of the best ways to really learn and be able to go out and do and take action in the world is through experiencing as you're learning. So you do receive the experience of working one-on-one with a coach.
And on top of that, you are coaching actively during the program. You'll be assigned a partner client, and you'll actually week to week be implementing all of the tools, the teachings, and the coaching techniques from training with your practice client. Unlike a lot of coach training programs out there, IGC not only focuses on making you an excellent coach, but we also want to make you or teach you to be an excellent businesswoman. So you will walk away with a business plan, a marketing plan, and a full-on personal brand to help you launch successfully into a bustling coaching scene.
A lot of women ask, how am I going to find myself inside of your process? How am I going to develop myself and my brand while also following a curriculum? And so part of our work as a company is to help every single woman figure out what her core personal brand is, what it looks like, what it feels like, what are the colors and the textures and the words that have you describe you and have you describe the work that you do in the world. Because another big part of our mission is changing lives that go on and change other lives. When I was first looking to launch this company, one of the things that started to happen was I started to naturally attract women, clients of mine, who started to kind of say to me, Katie, I want to do what you're doing. They were asking me, which program should I go through? Which program should I go through? By that point, we had a lot of friends and colleagues in the industry. We surveyed 20 women who had gone through all different coach training programs. We started asking questions. What did you like about your program? What was missing? Biggest thing that we heard was that people didn't know how to actually build a business in a way that felt like them. Women were being taught various sales tactics, but anytime we're trying too hard, we're trying too hard, right? So we really set out to create a program that taught women how to sell from a place of sharing their work with the world rather than trying to convince somebody to work with them.
One of the cool things about IGC's training program is that it can actually be taken from anywhere. We're a remote online-based program, and we have an online classroom experience. So we have clients and students from, 20 different countries at this point.
Mm-hmm. It's all live. You have modules and things to review that are pre-done for you, so you can do those at your leisure. The remote aspect of our program, being able to take class online, is really important.
Yeah, the accessibility of our course is really what makes it easy, especially for women who are really in transition from one job into entrepreneurship or managing a business and also trying to take classes. And the last thing I'll say is that truthfully, the majority of coaching at this point is done virtually, which is great because it really opens up your reach and it really doesn't limit you, which is just an added bonus of being able to be a coach. IGC's coach training program is a 6-month certification program. You meet weekly with your training group, and the cool thing is our course is built into 2 semesters. The first one focusing on excellence in coaching and the foundations of how to be a great coach. And the second semester focuses truly on business building and how to build your coaching business and personal brand effectively and powerfully.
And with that, you get to talk to and work with and ask questions to some of our more seasoned leaders and coach training graduates. Yeah. What's really cool about that is that you see all these different examples of women who are running their businesses, who are doing it in various ways, who are launching group coaching programs around different niches, who are offering products, who are building out their businesses in new ways. We have women who are writing books, we have women who are doing speaking gigs, all different kinds of things, and you can really see multiple examples of how a coaching business can look. And you get to, from there, choose what part am I going to take for myself? What do I like here? Where am I being inspired? And from that, use that inspiration to fuel your vision for your own business. So we keep our classes really small and intimate, but also a good size. And the reason for that is we want to create as much of a close learning environment as possible where you can have one-on-one access to your trainer, be sure to be able to ask questions, but also be able to connect with a group environment.
We do find that our students' relationships carry on far beyond training, and they really find great friends, great business partners, co-founders, and really referral partners for each other as they go through the process.
It was really important for us when we went to launch the company to make it as sacred of a space as possible. And because saying yes to becoming a coach is such a life-changing decision, what we see happen is that often inside of IGC and inside of the coach training process, there's a bit of a coming out process. And
major breakthroughs.
A lot of us go through this process of kind of waking up and saying, wait, this is my life? And so for you, you're going to start to take a look at what are the aspects of your life that you love and that you want to blow up and expand and magnify, and what are you just so over? Our students often ask what the time commitment is for the coach training program, and I would say on average about 5 hours a week, but it really depends, and most women are already working on their businesses in some way. So you may have a blog, you may have social media profiles, Instagram, Facebook that you maintain.
The minimum time requirement for the program is about 4 hours a week. That includes your class time and your partner coaching. In addition to that, a lot of our students spend, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20 or more hours working on their business, but that depends on where each student is at. And your trainer will work with you one-on-one to figure out just the right amount of time that you want and need to be working on your business to get the results that you desire. One of the things that we are actually most proud of at IGC is that 87% of our students get hired while in training. We think this is a huge success because our students are actually able to pay for their training with clients while in training.
Back in the early days when we started surveying graduates of coach training programs, one of the things that we learned was about 20% of students were having coaching clients and actually getting paid while they were enrolled in their programs. So by the time they graduated, a few people had a coaching practice, but not many. And so when we set out to create our company, that was one of the main focus areas. We wanted to make sure that people could actually make a return on their investment. I really saw a need out in the world and in our industry to give female entrepreneurs a safe space and a place where they could work for themselves, but they wouldn't be by themselves. Women were coming to me and saying, I love having a coaching business and I love being a coach and I love being an entrepreneur, but I feel really alone, I started to listen to that. If it's lonely, it's not sustainable.
If you think about how businesses are run in a traditional sense, there's often organizations and teams and groups of people that get together to collaborate, to share ideas, to ask for advice, to learn best practices. And what we were finding in the online space or the virtual business space is that this often doesn't exist. There's no real professional yet also warm and loving organization to partner with and to bounce ideas off of and to say like, hey, what do I do if my client's coming to me with this? Or what do I do if this isn't working in my business?
I wanted to solve that problem. And so the IGC philosophy of working for yourself but not by yourself really came from that collective need and that collective ask to create a place where women could play and create and live together.
And we've created that by allowing women to come in and share openly and ask for what they need and get loving but also very professional support.
IGC attracts a very intelligent and intuitive and also very inclusive woman. And we often joke about this, but it's pretty true that we tend to attract what I call a recovering perfectionist who have had high achieving careers, but something isn't quite working. And it's time for them to take a look at, is this really the life that they desire?
There's literally a rainbow across your face.
Can we leave it? And you know what I think is really important to add? A lot of the women that go through our program already have businesses.
Yeah.
You know, we attract a mix of women. Some women are totally just starting out building their business. Others have been doing it on the side and are bringing this into their front and center hustle. And then others have been running their business for a little while, but they want to take it to the next level. One of the interesting things about IGC is that we actually do attract a lot of social workers and therapists and people who have gone down that path, but want to bring coaching into their work.
Because of the curriculum, the content, and the community that we've really curated in IGC, we don't attract one type of woman. Mm-hmm. I think what all of the women need to know is that if you're wondering where to bring your youest you, as you said before, it's here. It's here that we will help you go through that self-discovery process and figure out your message and how to share it with the world.
How do you use your life and your business to create more resources, not to drain you? And so that's really part of the path that we take women through. So people ask us all the time if we have an application process, if we have an interview process, you know, what qualifies you as a potential IGC student? And we do. We have those processes in place. Really, the point is that we want to make sure that you're ready. We want to make sure that you're all in for this, because this isn't about introducing a new hobby. This is not really even a side hustle. This is really about bringing your passion and your purpose front and center and deciding that this is going to be a significant part of your life. You will go through this 6-month process and you will not recognize yourself at the end. And that could be on every level. So you might be asking, am I a fit? Is this for me?
This is one of those moments where your intuition really is key. We can't answer that for you, but we can definitely guide you in the right direction and ask you the questions that are going to help you get to that answer. People often ask us, well, how am I supposed to coach someone when I don't have it all together yet? I don't have everything I want. I'm not living exactly as I'd like to be living. And that's the process that we go through in IGC. Mm-hmm. We are teaching you how to coach, but you're learning that through doing the work for yourself. So really all of your other experiences and specialty areas and other trainings that you've taken, those are value adds to coaching.
Yeah.
Those add value to the experience that someone has working with you. But coaching in itself is a tool. It is a skill that you can learn and you can apply to almost any request. So the best thing you can do now is book a call with our team so that we can have a one-on-one conversation with you to figure out if now is the right time, if this is the right program for you.
It's really, really normal to feel intuitively like this sense of yes and this pull, but also have these questions in your mind like, am I really ready? Is this for me? What if there's something else? All of that's super normal. So the best next step is to have a conversation with us. Click on the book a consultation form and send in your application, and then we'll talk. We'll get on the phone. We'll ask you some of the hard questions. You'll ask us some questions, and we see if this is what you are meant to be doing next in your life.